Well, we're back on the boat build today, and I'm doing a little bit of work on the sides of the boat, and I'm going to run a water line down the side. Let me see if I can get a better picture of it here for you. Alright, you can see that I ran a string aside of the boat all the way down, and I'm basically going to put lines right where that string is, clamp a batter board to it, and I'm going to make a water line down the side of the boat. I'm going to do that on both sides of the boat so that I can make sure that they're even on both sides, and we'll go ahead and get them cut out. It looks like we're all set up. We've got our water line drawn all the way back aft of the boat, and it runs all the way forward, and as it runs forward it goes all the way down to about 2 5/8 of an inch of an expansion, and I think that'll be plenty for what we're doing. It is driving me a little bit crazy though, because as I was looking at the boat down here, I put a level on it, and I leveled the transom up, and I leveled the front of the boat up. I don't know if you get a good look at that level, but the bubble pretty darn level there. And it's like that throughout the whole boat. I also measured from the bottom, or what will be the top of the boat, to the top of the bottom of it that we're working on now. The issue that I'm having with it is my wood is the same width all the way down the boat on both sides. As I put the water line in there, it made them not the same. So if I cut this to this water line, even to just as far as before I start going down, I'm just going to be taking away from the side of the boat. So I'm not sure that I really want to do that, and at this point I'm trying to decide whether I should scratch the whole back side of this water line and just start from where I want the expansion to start, and I want mine to start a little bit further back than the boat that I saw built. And so if I start from this line and start out here, I think I can accomplish the same thing and not take away from the hull. So I believe that's what I'm going to do. Alright, let's remove the screw here. And then we will take out that piece. That's all there is to it, guys. Well, I've lopped off part of the end of the stem. I just didn't need that much on there. And now what I've got to do is put a mark edge to edge right at widest point of the stem to cut this little piece off and leave the front of it. So I'm going to do that. I was going to do it with a handsaw, and I started cutting it when it was bigger, and I was like, man, that's some really rough wood. So I'm going to, since it's already on the angle that I want and everything's where it should be, I'm going to go ahead and take a table saw and go across it at the highest setting and then finish it up with a hand cut. And as you can see, that is some really dense wood. For a table saw to have that much trouble getting through some wood, I mean to tell you, it is some dense stuff. So now I'm just going to pick up my handsaw and we'll go through and finish up this cut. Almost to the finish line here. So we're going to go onto this side. See if we can't get a little more there. And to finish it up, I'm going to go back into my original cut here. Should be able to get it to come right off of there. Takes me a time or two. Maybe go back up to the top for a second. Get into that stem if I can avoid it. She's ready to go. I think. Should just about take care of it. One more time over here. Top. Pretty good right there. There he goes. Alright, let me get you a screenshot of what it looks like down here. And there it is cut off. I can get you a better angle over here. Stem's completely cut off. And now we're ready to put in the chine logs. Now you can can see I've put the chine logs together and did the scarfs on both of them, one back there and one up here. The next thing I'm going to do before I go ahead and try and put them in, well, I'm going to do a couple of things. First things first is I got to get that planed down so it's nice and smooth. And secondly, I'm going to go ahead and put a 5-degree bevel on one side for each of the two pieces. That way the bevel's where it needs to be and we won't have a whole lot to take off once we install it. I've just fit the first chine log into place, and if you look closely, it's close, but it isn't perfect yet. So what we're going to do is a nice little soft fit. I'm going to run the saw blade in there while it's in place, and then I'm going to get a hammer and hit it from behind, and it should fit in there real well. Now you can see that the fit for that piece is just absolutely perfect. If you look closely, you can see I put the chine log in the whole side over there, and it's just training into place. We're going to leave that there for a couple of days before we go ahead and get it all glued in. We got it nicely fit in there. It worked out fantastic. Back here at the rear, you can see there's virtually no space there. I did soft cut it in there, but it'll be a gorgeous piece. And a really strong frame, and that's one of the things I really wanted to talk to everybody about. Was this is the frame of the boat, so this is like the heart and soul of it, probably the most important part of the boat. And we'll have the other ones put in by the time you see us next time, and we'll get you a full good look at the chine and of course the flat side of the boat back here. Hey, if you liked what you saw today, give us a thumbs up. We're loving documenting the whole thing, and really like the comments and appreciate everybody's time.